Welcome grade 10. Today we are going to do banking chapter 14. The content of this video. In this video we'll be learning about meaning of RBI and function of RBI. Let's have a look at the building of RBI. Functions of central bank, the Reserve Bank of India. Central bank, the bank which regulates, supervises, controls the entire banking system in the country and carries out all the monetary policies. According to R.S. Sears, the business of central bank, as distinguished from the commercial bank, is to control the commercial bank in such a way as to promote the general monetary policy of the state. Central bank, they are the apex bank, head of all the banks. They occupy the central position in the banking system. Every country has a central bank, and in India, Reserve Bank of India is known as the Central Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India was established in 1935 under the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. The Reserve Bank of India is managed by the Board of Directors consisting of Governor, 4 Deputy Governor, 1 government officials from the Ministry of Finance, and 10 directors nominated by the central government. 4 of these directors represents the local board. So once again, Reserve Bank of India, they occupy the highest position in the banking system. They control, regulate, supervises the entire banking and the monetary system of the country. Every country has a central bank, and in India, Reserve Bank of India is called the Central Bank of India. Governor of RBI. Governor of RBI. The chairman, governor, is the chairman of the board. The head office of RBI is located in Mumbai. The RBI of India plays a very important role in stabilizing the country's economy, maintaining the rate of exchange, and also you can say accelerating the economic development in the country. It tackles the balance of payment, that is export and import, and also manages foreign exchange problem of India. The central bank, as a central bank, the Reserve Bank of India performs the following functions. So now let's have a look at the function of the central bank, and before that, let's know the present governor of Reserve Bank of India. So Sakti Kanta Das is the present governor of Reserve Bank of India. The first and the most important function of Reserve Bank of India is monopoly of note issue. Central Bank is the sole authority to issue currency note in the country. The government of India has granted exclusive right to the Reserve Bank of India to issue notes on behalf of the government. In India, 1 rupees note are issued by the Ministry of Finance, and all the other notes are issued by the Reserve Bank of India. Now, in order, see, note is a paper currency. So, in order to develop or inspire public confidence in paper currency notes, central bank gives the reserve of gold and silver against the issue of currency notes. So, as you can see over here, in terms of currency notes, there is a dual power. There are dual power. One power lies with the Ministry of Finance, and the other power lies with the Reserve Bank of India. 1 rupees notes, they are under Ministry of Finance, and all the other notes above 1 rupees are under Reserve Bank of India. No other bank has got authority to issue currency notes except Reserve Bank of India. So this is the exclusive right of the Reserve Bank of India to print currency notes on behalf of the government. Government banks. As a government bank, central bank as act a banker to the government, physical agent of the government, and advisor to the government. So, banker to the government, physical agent to the government, and advisor to the government. As a banker, it receives payment on behalf of the government. It makes payment on behalf of the government. It floats and manages all the public debt for the government. As a physical agent or financial agent, it advises government on matter concerning monetary and banking policies. All the advices related to the banking matter, financial matter, are given by Reserve Bank of India to the government. It serves as a representative of the government in international conferences on the monetary and economic matter. The international conferences which are held by IMF, World Bank, etc. It is the representative of the Reserve Bank who participate or represents on behalf of our government or behalf of our country. Controller of credit. That means the control of money supply in the market. Commercial bank create credits while lending money. They may create too much or too little credit. The level of credit in the country cause fluctuation in the price level. So it becomes necessary for the central bank to exercise control over credit so as to ensure stability and growth in the economy. Central bank exercises this control on the credit granting capacity of the commercial bank. And there are two methods by which the central bank have a strong credit control on commercial bank, and these are a qualitative method of credit control and quantitative method of credit control. This is also one of the most important function of the central bank or the Reserve Bank of India. Controller of credit in other way, like if you can say, the flow of money in the market. Central bank exactly knows that how much of money should flow in the market, or when is the time to restrict the flow of money in the market. The increase of flow of money in the market or the decrease in the flow of money in the market. Custodian of foreign exchanges. Now, central bank is the sole authority of or sole custodian of foreign exchanges. These foreign exchanges are needed for making payment to the foreign country whenever a business dealing takes place between India and the other foreign countries. Like, say, for example, when we are doing with any business with US and we are importing goods from US. So we need to make payment in US dollar. Or when US is importing goods or we are exporting goods to US, so they are supposed to make payment in our currency. So that's all these things are being managed by the Reserve Bank of India. So when the balance of payment is unfavorable, foreign exchanges resources are reduced. Therefore, the central bank will always advise government to encourage export and to restrict on import to maintain the balance of payment and to make balance of payment in favor of our country. Now, to make balance of favor in our own country, more of exports should be encouraged and there should be some, government should put some restrictions on import so as to make the balance of payment in favor of our country. More of export, that means we earn more of foreign exchanges, and less of import, that means less of our money is paid to the other country. Maintaining the exchange rate. What is the exchange rate? Exchange rate is the rate at which our currency is valued in terms of the foreign currency. Means the rate at which our currency can be exchanged in terms of the foreign currency. So central bank make all possible effort to maintain a stable exchange rate. Exchange rate is the rate at which our home currency, the Indian currency, can be exchanged for a foreign currency. Or you can say, what is the value of 100 rupees in terms of a dollar? Or what is the value of $1 in terms of rupees? So this is called your exchange rate. So the central bank keeps a strong watch on the exchange rate because the exchange rate should not fluctuate too much. Wide fluctuation in the exchange rate will lose confidence of the foreign investors in our country. So whenever there is a wide fluctuation in the exchange rate, the central bank buys and sells foreign currency in order to stabilize the rate of exchange. The central bank is authorized to fix and change the exchange rate ratio as per the requirement or as per the suitability of the country or as per the guidance of the government. So they are free to fix the exchange rate ratio on behalf of the government. Bankers bank. As we have learned earlier, banker to the government. So central bank acts as a banker to the other banks. Now, banker to the other banks. Just first understand, like, we are the customer of the commercial bank. Like say SBI is the commercial bank, HDFC commercial bank, ICICI is commercial bank, Bank of Baroda commercial bank, Allahabad is a commercial bank. So we as a general public, we are the customer of the commercial bank. Likewise, all these banks, they are the customers of the central bank. So when we need loan, we approach to the, or we need loan or help or to invest in our business, we approach to the commercial bank. Similarly, when the bank needs fund, they approach to the central bank. So central banks acts as a banker to all the commercial bank in the country. Now, as a banker's bank, central bank, they provide short-term loans, medium-term loans, and also they discount all the financial instrument financial bills of the commercial banks. Not only like they provide loan and discounts, financial bills, or discounting the bill of exchange of the commercial bank, but they also advises the commercial bank on various matter related to their financial business. So commercial banks are also required to keep a certain proportion of their deposit in the form of cash reserves with a central bank, and this is known as your cash reserve ratio. Under this cash reserve ratio, a certain proportion of their cash deposits they need to maintain with the central bank, or they need to deposit with the central bank. These cash reserve ratio CRR helps or enables the central bank to exercise control over the credit system by the commercial bank. So this is also one of the method of credit controlled by the central bank on commercial bank. Lender of the last resort. Now, lender of the last resort means like last man or last man standing in the banking system to provide assistance or to provide help. You can understand in this way, like suppose SBI needs fund. So they may approach to Allahabad Bank, Bank of Baroda, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank. But when all these banks, they refuses to help SBI, or they cannot accommodate or solve the problem, financial problem within themselves, then there must be some body to whom the commercial bank should approach. And it is the central bank where the commercial bank approaches. Central bank cannot refuse to help or to provide assistance to the commercial bank, simply because central bank does not want that the entire banking system will collapse if they don't provide help. So whenever these commercial banks need financial assistance, it may borrow funds from other commercial banks. But when other commercial bank may not be in a position to provide funds to the bank in need, in such cases, central bank provides commercial bank either by granting loan or by purchasing their securities. So in this way, the central bank acts as a lender of the last resort. And as I told you, central bank cannot refuse to provide assistance, because if they refuse to provide assistance, then the entire banking system will collapse, will fail. So that's why the central bank has to provide the financial assistance to save the banking system from complete failure. The clearinghouse function of the central bank. Now try to understand the clearinghouse function. Clearinghouse function means through the process of book entry, central bank tries to settle the dispute and claim of all the banks. All the entries of the different bank has to pass through the books of central bank. The central bank provides the clearinghouse facilities to the commercial bank. In other words, you can say they settle the claims, the disputes of the commercial bank through the process of book entries. Or you can say the daily balances between the commercial bank can be easily adjusted by the means of debit and credit entries in the respective accounts with the central bank. Like say, for example, SBI and say your Bank of Baroda or Indian Bank. So they are dealing with between themselves. So now Bank of Baroda also deals the customer of SBI, and SBI also deals with the customers of Bank of Baroda. Now in a day, so bank will not say that, SBI will not say to their customer that why did you come with a draft or with a check of Bank of Baroda. They will take it and they will make sure that the payment of that check is also made. Even the Bank of Baroda also will do the same thing. They will not refuse the customer if they come with a check or draft or any other financial instruments of SBI. So in a metropolitan city, they meet say around twice a day, or and in a small cities and all, they meet once a day. So once a day, all these banks will meet together and they will exchange. And there they'll SBI will say that, suppose for example, SBI say, I have made 20 lakhs payment to the customer of Bank of Baroda. So Bank of Baroda will say that, yes, I have also made a payment of 15 lakhs to the customer of SBI. So now 20 lakhs minus 15 lakhs, 5 lakhs. So SBI will still get 5 lakh rupees from Bank of Baroda. So through the process of debit and credit entries in the respective accounts with the central bank, they will settle the claims between both the banks. So central bank will debit 5 lakh rupees from Bank of Baroda and credit the account of 5 lakh rupees to SBI Bank. So this is how the clearinghouse functions, or central banks settle the claims as a clearinghouse functions of the banks. Here the examples are also given. Suppose the Bank of Baroda has to pay amount of 20 lakhs to Punjab National Bank to settle the dues. The Bank of Baroda will issue a check of rupees 20 lakh to Punjab National Bank. They can do it between themselves, but the entry has to go through central bank. The Reserve Bank of India will debit the account of Bank of Baroda by 20 lakhs and credit the amount of Punjab National Bank by the same amount. Now, these clearinghouse functions, they offer several advantages also. Firstly, settlement between the different banks, commercial banks, can be made very conveniently through the process of book entries, and because of this, there are lots and lots of facilities are given to the customers. And secondly, the possibility of cash withdrawal during the economic crisis are also reduced, because central bank exactly knows that which bank is having how much of money, and therefore it helps to stabilize the banking system in the country. The State Bank of India carries out the functions of carries out the settlement functions or the clearinghouse functions on behalf of Reserve Bank of India, wherever Reserve Bank of India has no office, or this job is also given to any other bank by the Reserve Bank of India. It is not necessary that SBI will only carry out as a clearinghouse functions on behalf of the Reserve Bank of India. Development functions. Now this is also like apart from all these traditional functions of the central bank also has got a development functions. And in the development functions, what central bank does, like so far, like whatever we have studied, these are the traditional functions, regulatory functions. But in developing country like India, the central bank also performs some kind of promotional and development functions. It tries to promote, educate funds for agriculture, trade, transport, industry, and for this purpose, central bank have developed a specialized bank for these categories. Like agricultural bank, if you talk about like NABARD, in this trade and industry, like industrial banks are there, IDBI is there, IFCI is there, and all the other banks which are there, they finance trade and industry. So, the Reserve Bank of India creates a special financial institutions to promote the different sector of economy. And Agricultural Finance Corporation of India, etc., are the example of this kind of institution. IDBI, Industrial Development Bank of India, is also example. NABARD is also example, because they finance the agricultural section. Agricultural credit development and of the Reserve Bank of India provides long-term credit for agriculture. This department also coordinates the activities of cooperative credit society, cooperative banks, and land mortgage bank. Land mortgage bank. This NABARD is also known as your land mortgage bank, because loans are given to the farmers against the mortgage of their land paper. against the mortgage of their property that they have in the rural areas. So the Reserve Bank of India is also provide loans to the development banks for financing different kinds of industries. The Reserve Bank of India also carries out the study on the economic problem of the country, and they compile the data, publishes the report and journals for the use of the bank and the other agencies, so that the banks and the other agency, they can adjust their financial policy, their business policy as per the data or the information which is given by the Reserve Bank of India. The Reserve Bank of India bulletin, the report on currency and the finance are the example of such publications. The Reserve Bank of India also acts as an agent to international institutions such as your World Bank, International Monetary Fund, and International Finance Corporation, etc. So these are the development functions of the Reserve Bank of India. Thank you, and take care of yourself.